plaque thing. Here we go. Official unveiling. There we go.
Well, welcome to A House Around the Corner, Peter. Thanks.
Thanks, Sally. Pleasure to be here with you today.
Can you tell me about your own experience of the Learn Local education and training sector?
Learn Local is a sector in my current position as Minister for Higher Education and Skill. I had the privilege to launch just a month ago, and I think the branding of the sector being now Learn Local is a very accurate description of exactly what the sector is all about. That is providing opportunities for people in their local communities to undertake some either accredited or non-accredited learning. And this sector is a very diverse sector, as you know and have said before on this show, and I'm delighted to be a strong supporter of it.
What sort of experience have you had in the sector?
Well, my experience, Sally, goes back many, many years prior to me becoming Member of Parliament, where I participated in with one of my local providers to learn a skill which I needed at that particular time to enhance a hobby I was undertaking.
Yeah. Tell us more about that hobby of yours.
Well, I'd always enjoyed doing up some furniture restoration, and it occurred to me that I really needed to extend those skills of furniture restoration and take up a bit of upholstery, so that those beautiful chairs and other items that required a bit of padding or webbing of a new seat in a chair, that was a skill I didn't have. That was a skill being offered by one of my local providers in adult education, in this case being Sale Ace in Gippsland. And so I went to, I think it was an 8-week course where I went one night a week to that particular course. I had a great time, finished a project as part of that course and acquired a skill which I still use at times today.
That's absolutely fantastic. And tell us about the trainer. What sort of experience did the trainer have?
It was a great experience in the class because there was a class of 8 or 10 people only, and it meant that we were able to communicate with each other and take an interest in everybody else's project. And when other people in that class had a particular component of upholstery which wasn't the same as a project I was undertaking, you were able to go over there and watch and learn how the instructor was teaching them as well. So not only the projects that you were involved in did you learn exactly what to do, but you had that opportunity to learn from what others were doing as well. And so it was great to have that social interaction, and adult education, I think, is equally as about acquiring skills. It's also about social inclusion, being part of an organisation, fitting in. For many people, that social inclusion is as important as the skills that they're learning.
So small class sizes, personalised attention, it's all there in Learn Local sector.
Absolutely. Learn Local, as I said, it's got the flexibility to provide what people need, and in an atmosphere in which I think people are made to feel welcome. It's pretty difficult to walk into a university lecture hall or even a formal TAFE course being delivered, but at the community education sector, invariably they are local people that have some common interest to what you have. They might come from the same town, they might barrack for the same footy team or participate, their kids might go to the same school in local communities. So you'll invariably find there's a lot of common interests which one can share, as well as participating in learning a new skill.
And would you recommend other Victorians to participate in education and training at the Learn Local organisations?
I would not only encourage them to, but I would say to them that for many of us it's going to become a necessity. In skills now for employment purposes, the skills that you may have learnt before you started on your career, maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago in some cases, you'll need more than that now to meet the needs of your particular occupation. And so there is a requirement for many of us to actually go back and learn. The most frequent of those is IT skills. And what I learned when I went to university and when I was growing up are skills now that I find that I need to continually go back to refresh. And so whether I do that through formal professional development provided by my employer, or whether I voluntarily, as members of my family have, gone back to a local neighbourhood house or community learning centre and participated in learning those IT skills. That opportunity is provided through those Learn Local organisations.
And what sort of courses did your family members enrol in?
Email, internet search. My mum and dad are of the age 83 and 84 respectively now. And you've got to think too, when was the last time you received a letter with a stamp on it, in your letterbox? Not very frequently. Most kids now, particularly grandchildren, of those who do have grandchildren, and I do, that communication means will be by way of emails. It will be like Skype and other technologies to communicate. So even grandparents these days are going to need to acquire those skills so they can effectively communicate with their family members. And so again, I think that's where Learn Local and community providers have a key role to play in giving people the opportunity to learn those skills which are essential for that social inclusion and communication with their family members.
So Peter, your parents are in their 80s. You're never too old to learn, is that right?
Never too old, although it's a bit of a struggle with mum and dad, but we're teaching them to program mobile phones and the like.